Hello guys, so welcome to another video. So in this video we are going to make an make a pavilion which is been with an hexagonal pattern, and which is an interesting tool. We're also going to see an interesting tool which we are going to use it to make this pavilion. So let's go into the video. So I'm just opening the grasshopper. I'm just replacing all, and I have issue while opening grasshopper. So I just open the grasshopper. So this is the canvas. So I'm just clicking the first command, which I'm going to use rectangle, because I'm not going to use a rectangle vector. I'm going to draw a rectangle with the help of a rectangle component. So like when you use vectors like a rectangle, is like you need to draw in Rhino, then you can assign as a value or a component here. But I'm going to start it from the scratch of like I'm going to start the scratch from Grasshopper itself. So I'm just clicking 20 as an X value, maybe 26 as a Y value, and I'm keeping XY plane. So so the rectangle has been created. Now I'm going to use the diamond panels. So I'm just connecting the rectangle to the surface. So it's like it create a panel. So it's like it's asking for U and V division. So I'm just giving U division as 24 and V division as 30. So just give 24 and V as 30. So now I'm going to use simple mesh. So I'm just giving a simple mesh. Now I'm going to use combine and clean, because I'm going to clean the mesh because I mesh. So at last when I use certain commands, the mesh like the mesh will be connected properly. That's why I'm using this command. So now I'm going to deconstruct the mesh. So I'm going to deconstruct the mesh. So you can see the mesh, like it's the mesh which we created has been deconstructed. Like you can see the points. So I'm just deconstructing it. Now I'm going to use random. So I'm just using random now. So like I'm going to use merge command, and I'm going to connect this with list item, sorry, with list length. So I'm just connecting the vertices, and now I'm just giving the number. So it's asking for the range. As I said before in the videos, like range, we always like using domain is like construct domain. Constructing a domain is a wise choice. So I'm just giving the value as like using the construct domain. So it gives you a start and the end value for the range. So you can see. So the value is not yet decided. So maybe I'll give from one. Negative to +1. So I'm just giving this. I can use negative, and now I'm just giving the value, now the result, and I'm now changing this. So now I'm just using merge as seeds for the merge. So I'm the first data, maybe I can give you 4, and the next data I can give the 10. So the value has been done. So now I'm going to use a mesh naked edge. So I'm just taking a connection this from combine and clean. Sorry guys, I forgot to turn on bifocal, so I'm just using bifocal. So now you can see the command name. So it's like if you want to download this command, you just go into Foot for Rhino. I'm giving the link in the description. You just download the tool, so you can see. So I'm just extracting the mesh, I mean the value and the points. So I'm using naked mesh. So I'm just doing two steps at the same time. So one is like I'm extracting the mesh to deconstruct the mesh. Then I'm creating a random value with the mesh. Now another one is I'm using mesh naked edge. So now I'm going to use list item. So you can see the list item is created. Now I'm just joining VNE. So I'm just doing this because you can see the meshes, but I want the edge, that is these two. So I just want these two edges. So I'm just connecting mesh to the naked mile. Now I'm using list item. So you can see the outer part. So it's creating a part. So the outer part has been selected. So you can see. So now, so in this command, that is from random value, I'm going to use Exploratory. So I'm just connecting the data of Exploratory. So in this Exploratory, now I'm using vector XYZ. So I'm just joining the Exploratory. So in this value, I'm going to use amplitude. So I'm just joining the amplitude. So for this amplitude, I'm going to give 0.5 and maybe 0.500. Maybe I'm giving a value of 0.500. So with this amplitude, I'm going to give move. So I'm just creating a motion. So in this move, I need a geometry, which I'm going to join it from the deconstruct mesh. So I'm just using the vertices, and you can see. So it's nothing. It's like so I'm getting deconstruct mesh. So I'm just getting a randomized. I need a randomized point. So I'm using list item, then random. So it's like I'm first using randomized trees, then I'm using exploratory. So exploratory, you can see it gives you a branch value. So the value has been branched. So now I'm just connecting to x and y vector component. I'm using amplitude. So it's like if you want a clear explanation of each and every command, please say it in the comment section, because I'm planning to do it, but because with your support, it's like if you want to know about each and every command, then I'm ready to explain, but I don't know, it's like whether you guys need it or not. So now I'm just using replace item. In move, I'm going to use replace item. So I'm just using replace item. So in this replace item, I'm going to connect the list to the geometry, and then because I choose the the end. So I'm just going to give it to the list. Then I am going to select the indexes to this point. So you can see the replace item. So you can see the list which we created, like we did two processes in this step. So the one is to create to select the edge points, and the second one is to deconstruct it and get a randomized pattern, randomized value for with the points. So it's been created. So after list item, so I need to construct a mesh, because now we deconstructed the mesh. So I'm just doing it construct mesh. You can see. So I just deconstructed the mesh. So now I'm going to construct the mesh. So it's asking for the vertices. So so I'm just hiding all the part which I don't need. I'm just turning off the preview. So the point has been created. So I need to construct a mesh over this point. So I construct a mesh now with the faces which are created using deconstruct. So I'm just joining this face over here. So now you can see the randomized pattern, but you can see the end. So the end is also, it's like it's like it is regular. So it's create a zigzag pattern. So I want this. So I did two steps. So one is this two steps is uh for the outer part, and this part, and this one is for the randomization. So creating a randomized value. Then I'm just replacing the item. Then I'm just with the output value, I'm just constructing the mesh, because I just deconstructed the mesh. So I'm just constructing. So I just deconstructed it, and then create the point with the randomized point. I'm just now creating another mesh. Okay, so if you don't get the concept, you just ping me, you just tell me in the comment section. So I'll just explain you the concept little bit, maybe in a separate video. Like if you don't understand this command, or if you don't, because I didn't say one or two commands detail, just said like I'm just connecting to this command. So because like it's like when I say to it's like every command, then you will get confused and distracted. That's why I'm just teaching you the concept first. Then after that, I'll just tell you the each and every command. So if so I'm using face boundary right now. So I'm just connecting the mesh over face boundary. Now with face boundary, so you can see, when I select the face boundary, you can see the pattern has been selected. So it's the faces boundary is being selected. So this is the mesh. So you can see the mesh is like it has a face. Okay, so the face means it's like so it's the face boundary is selecting the edges, like the edges. Now so I need a thickness for this. So I'm going to do offset command. So I'm going to use offset curve. So maybe I'm going to use I want two offset command. I mean two. I want to do the offset maybe two times. So I'm just control C control V. So I'm just doing control C control. This is a common tool which we use in all the software. So you can see the offset is being done for the first one. So now I need the two offset value to be the same. So maybe I'll just give some 0.9 or something 0.91, and now I'm just giving the distance. And for this, so I'm just giving the distance. So here I'm going to use maybe region union. So plain region, sorry, region union. So I'm just keeping the region union. and now I'm just connecting to the surface. Now I'm just connecting to the offset surface. mm, Maybe it's like you can see so the two offsets, so one offset comes outside and another offset comes inside. So I want it to be maybe this to be a negative value, so I'm just maybe I can give negative so that the value changes to negative. Okay. mm, okay, so before go, so it shows some error. So before going into move, you can see maybe I need to create a relay over here. So I just created a relay because I forgot to do that. So now I did. So now maybe I don't know why it's coming as mm, mm, maybe, or else I just give a separate value maybe 0.9, something like this. Okay, the value is so smaller for offsetting inside, so I'm just changing the value of the inside. You can see. So you can see there is an offset over here, so I'm just reducing it to like this because I don't need this much big. So if you, so maybe I can join this over here instead of this, so it's just similar. So the off, so as I said before, I need two offset. There is one inside and one outside. So I'm just hiding this part, and I also hide this part. Okay, I don't want this part too, so I'm just adding this. So you can see it's like there is a, so this part, the rectangle, it will be as a it has a hole, so other part will have the surface. So maybe I can give so hello guys. So now I'm going to use bounding surface. So bounding surface, mm, sorry, boundary surface. So now I'm going to use boundary surface. So the boundary surface, I'm going to join the edge. So before joining, I'm going to do flatten. So you can see here also I did the flatten. It's nothing but click on the option, like I want the flatten on the edge, not on the surface. So I need to right click on the flatten. So the flatten has been, so I'm just connecting the offset curve, so it creates a bounding surface. Okay. So so you can see this is the offset surface which I created outside, and this is the offset surface which I created inside. Okay, so I'm just creating bounding surface, and I'm just making this flatten because if I don't do the flatten, then this it acts like this. The outer part will make a, so I don't get a hole like this. I don't get a proper surface creation over this part. So you need to do the flatten. So the one output one in I mean one input value is flattened. So the inner like so it acts like these two create a surface, or else entire one offset curve will create a surface, and the same way entire another offset curve will create a surface. That's why if you want, I can show you an example how it creates without a flatten. So I'm just removing the flatten. So I'm using boundaries or surface. See, if I create, so it's as a whole, it's creating a pattern, and when I connect this, so you can see. So I it's like so the input value, so it creates a boundary surface to the a pattern. So I'm just doing undo. So that's why I'm just using flatten option. So it flattens the input value. So that's why if one input value is flattened, so it creates a surface with the other input value. So now I need to extrude this. So I'm just using extrude command. So I'm just joining the extrude over here. So now I'm going to use unit Z. So the extrusion, you can see the extrusion part, and you can, so it's like unit Z. So the direction, you can adjust the value if you want. So try something like this. So if you want, you can adjust the value to 4, 2. So the value has been adjusted. So now, so now this is okay. So now I need a, so I'm going to draw a surface. If you, so I'm just changing the tab to front view. So now I'm going to use standard command. So in the standard command, I'm just going to use curve from control point. So you can see. So I'm just using perspective. Maybe this is too bigger. I can scale it down maybe. So the scale has been done. So I can scale it down. Now I'm just making 3. So I'm just adjusting the point. I can wait. I just add this point for now because this is standard. So I'm just adding this point, and now I'm just editing this point, maybe just moving a little bit. So maybe I can. I'm moving a little bit. So 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 I'm just animating the lines. So I'm just animating the lines. So I'm just selecting all the 3 and using Loft command over here. So you can see the loft has been created. So now I'm going to use surface, and now I'm just setting one surface over here. So the one surface is done. So I'm just adding this part. So I'm just adding this lines too, which I don't need. So the surface is created. So now I want this pattern to be placed on the surface. So I'm just going to use the surface morph. Okay. Surface morph is a command which is so useful. So surface morph is simple. So it's like so this is the bounding box, okay, and this is the extrusion. So I want this pattern to be placed on this surface, okay. So just watch carefully this because you can use this in not only in this kind of tool, you can use it in Vernoy, you can use it in some other pattern also. So I'm just going to use first bounding box. So before using bounding box, I'm going to join first. It's asking for geometry, so I just gave the geometry which is need to be placed. Next, I'm going to use bounding box. So bounding box is like this is the content. So it creates a box around the extrusion. You can see it creates a box. Now how I'm just joining the box to reference. So like it acts as a reference, which so it acts as a cuboid. So when it plays over it acts as like it acts like a flat surface. Okay. Next we need the surface. So surface is the surface which we created. So before we are joining the surface, we need to reparameterize because so I'm just reparameterize. So I'm just joining this to reparameterize. So now I'm just clicking a relay. So now the UV domain, okay. So maybe I give the U and V as one. So for safer side, so this domain is like it's used to load a lot. So and the W domain. So W may be a 5. Okay, so I'm just giving this domain. So ta-da. So you can see the pattern is being placed. So I'm just reducing the surface. I mean the width of the domain. I mean the thickness. Okay, it's 0.75 is fine. So I'm just adding this. So I'm just adding everything. So you can see. So you can see the shape which just created. So I'm also saying the same concept. So this is the pattern which we did. I'm just using surface mob. So I just gave the geometry, then I created a bounding box for reference. So because this is a flat surface, then I created a surface because the surface is so parametric. So I just reparameterized because it's not a flat surface. So and then I use relay, which reduce the input values, and then U and V is like one, then the width, that is the thickness of the pattern. So it's like it's a width if you say if in a similar, like in a simpler term, it is like the thickness. Okay, so we got the pavilion which we needed. So just share your comments in the comment section, and if you have any other doubts, please let me know so that I will clear our doubts in the comment section. And we are also planning for a free webinar in December. So we are going to upload like we are going to conduct a webinar for free as a free classes. So if you want to join the webinar, please let us know in the comment section, and we are going to post the a form for it. So thank you for watching the video. Tata, bye bye. Have a nice day, guys. See you on the next video with the next brand new content. Ta-da!